If I know one thing from watching Big Brother as long as I have, for those of you who know, it's been more than half my life. For those of you that don't, now you do. I've been watching this since 2000. Right now is the time to make a crucial move, because many a times people will make a move in this game and it will be to their detriment, or they will allow somebody to remain in this game that should have been gone a long time ago. Ergo, Nicole's big decision last week to get Christy out of the house led to this decision this week, using her veto to save Cliff. But essentially, she and Cliff have to make the decision as to whether or not they will save Tommy or Holly, or will each of them vote for one or the other, and then Jackson have to make the decision. But I know that's not going to happen, because it's obviously going to be a united front, because Cliff and Nicole are a united front, but still, anything can happen tomorrow, which is why I, Sage Valentine, will be going live on TVCO at 8:45 Eastern to sit down and chat with you guys and take my notes so I can do my review later on. I'll do the same thing I did last week, and last week was really fun. So this week will be fun as well. Anyways, guys, I'm just here to do another review of CBS's Big Brother Season 21, Episode number 34. Jackson's the HOH. He nominated Cliff and Tommy. Jackson said that Cliff is a pawn, Tommy's the target, and Tommy is not a part of the Final Four deal. Therefore, Tommy's the target. He's got to go. Cliff feels like he's a pawn, but I guess if Tommy wins the veto, then Cliff will be in danger of heading to the jury house. They keep saying going home, and I'm just like, you guys are past the going home stage. You guys are heading to veto with the rest of the folks. And Cliff also said that Tommy should be going home if all goes according to plan. Or was that Jackson that said that? Somebody said it. But anyway, Tommy said it's hard to live in the house with the 4 people that blindsided him. He is living in fear. He saw the 4 of them bonding for weeks. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Think back to July, when Grateful, Undeniable, whatever the heck they were calling each other, were like this, a solid front. And the outsiders were all floating around. Jessica was the closest to their periphery, trying her best to push through. I'm actually mentioning Jessica because today on the Big Brother Twitter, she was interviewed, or she was taking like fan questions, and she decided to say that she regretted not getting Nicole out of the house because she saw Nicole as a mole and she was not in the popular group. I'm like, duh, because they would never let her in. They didn't want to work with her. I don't get it. But anyway, Jessica was the only one really trying to push, and I think Sam tried to, but Sam was kind of within the periphery, but he was floating with them, and he was basically being used to turn them around. I know this sounds like a solar system. All right. Back when that group was big and tight and Tommy was sitting pretty, everything was fine. Now that he's in the position that he put Nicole in after he ran his mouth and essentially started that mess where the alliance ended up bullying her. Jack closed the door in her face. Nobody would talk to her. She was crying all on the feeds. Yeah. What goes around comes around threefold. And in Big Brother karma is the worst karma you ever want to get, because those who are on the top in the beginning of the game usually end up on the bottom at the end of the game, or towards the end of the game, or as the game progresses, whatever you have you. Anywho, I don't feel sorry for Tommy. Tommy feels like he's the underdog. I'm just like, dude, after all you've done, I can't feel sorry for you. Holly told Tommy that she refused to let him walk out of the house last week over Christy, and then all of a sudden she starts running her mouth about Christy, calling Christy a sociopath, And then Jackson made a comment about her. And I'm like, even if you guys at this point, because this is the segment when they learned that Tommy and Christy knew each other, I'm like, even if you guys didn't know anything, like, I would be kind of careful about what I said in front of somebody, because even if they didn't know that Tommy and Christy were besties and knew each other for a long time at that point until Tommy told them, still, they were burning their bridges already. But that's how I believe those two think that they have it like that. That's why I'm so glad Nicole did what she did. Jackson was telling Tommy that he was not wrong about Nick, but Christy's word meant crap. And I guess Tommy had enough of them running their mouths about Christy, and he decided if he's going to try to save himself, he's just going to reveal it. So he finally revealed that he knew Christy before coming in the house, but he didn't know that she was going to be in the game at the same time he was going to be in the game. He knew her for 7 years. That's what he told them. And Jackson is just like, okay, now everything makes sense. All these pieces that I could not fit into this scenario in my mind are all coming together. Now he understands why Tommy and Christy were so close. And it's amazing because Christy had such a big mouth that she kept this secret. And Tommy kept this secret for 81 days. And Tommy was like, you know, by saying this conversation could lead to 2 outcomes. They save me, or they continue to gun after me and kick me out the house and send me to jury. Jackson's just like, okay, now that I know all this, he's saying this to us while he's in jury, he cannot let Tommy be in the final 2. Not if he already has Christy's vote. Then we got this like segment of Cliff, which I call the Cliff America's Favorite Player segment. I swear Big Brother is trying to push Cliff to be America's favorite player to the casual viewers. And I hope that the casual viewers sit down, read through what is said online. People are not just making this stuff up. People are saying what they're seeing online. I'm telling you. So then we got to the veto competition, which was BB Comics. It's about time they made it to a BB Comics comp. And basically, Jackson came in with 15 minutes and 59 seconds. Tommy knocked him out of the way with 14 minutes and 21 seconds. Holly was 38 minutes and 22 seconds, so she didn't beat Tommy. Neither did Cliff, who did 26 minutes and 32 seconds. The only person to beat Tommy was, surprisingly, well, shouldn't have been surprisingly because she's doing amazing right now, Nicole with 10 minutes and 58 seconds. So Nicole won the veto, and she's super proud, and I'm proud of her as well. Cliff is happy because Nicole gets the chance to show how far she's come and how hard she's worked, and both of them are safe, so both of them are guaranteed to make it to the final 4 with Jackson. Jackson's glad Nicole won veto, and everything should go according to plan. It's amazing. I'm sitting here watching this episode, and I already knew how everything went, and I knew what was going on, but I was like, let me just sit back and see how Big Brother lets this play, or lets this progress and shows us in this episode. Tommy's upset. He's like, it's not looking good for him at this point. Nicole and Cliff are in an alliance called the Fellowship of the Zing. Nicole said that she's going to save Cliff with the veto, obviously because Cliff saved her, so tit for tat. And Cliff is super happy. Holly hopes that Nicole won't use the veto to take Cliff down, but the thing about it is she was going to use it. And Big Brother didn't show this, but Jackson kind of played devil's advocate by putting it out there that he kind of wouldn't be upset if Holly was nominated, but he didn't exactly say it. And she was put up as a replacement. He didn't exactly say it, but you can put 2 and 2 together and see what he was thinking. And really, he was doing that so that the blood wouldn't be on his hands should Holly be evicted. Well, Jackson was talking to Holly, and he was like, you know, if Nicole uses the veto, then she and Cliff could split us up this week. And he really trusts Cliff and Nicole. And I'm just like, dude, this is Big Brother. You really can't trust anybody in this game, especially not at this point. No. this will probably be the beginning of the end of Jackson's game. And if it is, a new hashtag will be born called hashtag Jackson's Eviction Party. And that will happen next week. Nicole is torn. She doesn't know what she should do or who she should vote for after she takes down Cliff, and then it's Holly and Tommy on the block. Cliff said that they can beat Holly. Tommy's a more dangerous player. Me, I'm just like, they both are pretty dangerous, but you know, you gotta go. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. Jackson continues to trust Nicole and Cliff when they... Well, the episode kind of tries to make it seem like Nicole came up with this idea to put up Holly, but again, Jackson. Keep in mind it was Jackson who indirectly said it because he always loves to play devil's advocate. Well, Nicole's about to backstab Holly, and honestly, it doesn't bother me simply because this is Big Brother. It's a game, and Holly should come to expect this. But, spoiler alert, she's not taking. Nicole was like, this whole scenario is splitting up Jackson, and Holly at this point is the only option. She has to disarm them now. See, that's spoken like a true super fan. A lot of people doubted Nicole, but I was like, nah, she's a super fan. She got this. Tommy is happy that Nicole wants him in the game, and he'll do whatever it takes to stay, even if it's for like another week. Jackson comes into, they were in the HOH room talking in the bathroom. Jackson comes in and it's a bit awkward. I remember watching the feeds and like Jackson was not feeling Nicole and Tommy having a conversation. I think it was on the hammock or something like that, and he was doing all he could to separate them by having Holly out there talking with them this week. Nicole tells Cliff that she fears that Jackson and Holly together is not a good concept. I'm like messing up what I wrote. Anyway, Nicole says she fears the idea of Jackson and Holly together in the Final Four because they're going to save each other and they are going to end up, I guess, splitting up Cliff and Nicole, and yeah, that's a valid fear. Anyway, Nicole decided to use the veto to save Cliff. On a side note, Cliff is not sure what to do as far as the vote. So I'm just like, Cliff, I hope you make the right decision and don't mess this up. Because honestly, having Jackson and Holly together in the Final Four is not a good concept. Then again, having Tommy there isn't good either. Again, rock, hard place. So Nicole used the veto to save Cliff. Jackson put Holly up on the block. Nicole tells us she's amazed that she did it. She's at the Final Four. She's proud. She's living the dream, and she hopes that her dream comes true and she wins the game. Hell, a lot of people hope that. Because honestly, that would save this season, because this season is crashing and burning. Well, it was up until Nicole started winning things and started changing things. Nicole is... Okay, I already said Nicole. Tommy said he'll do what it takes to stay in this game. Holly said Nicole and Cliff could change their minds to benefit their game, and she's afraid and she's worried, and I'm just like, Holly, please. Because like a couple weeks ago, you guys thought you were a shoo-in. No one thought when they came up with this Final Four that everybody wouldn't be on board. But then again, this comes from two people who were part of a giant alliance filled with people who did not trust one another at all. So I'm not even surprised. Cliff said he doesn't know what he's going to do as far as the vote. He said that he and Nicole have some hard thinking to do. Whatever they decide to do, I will respect it. But I do think they need to break up Holly and Jackson. A lot of people are saying, well, if Tommy stays in this game, Tommy can win veto and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, listen. Jackson and Holly are a dangerous pair. You get Holly, send her to jury. All you have is Jackson. They could backdoor Jackson. Although somebody on my yesterday on my live on TVCO said, well, Jackson might win the final HOH or the veto if Big Brother wants him to win. I was like, dude, don't bring up those concepts. Man, please don't bring up those concepts. I want Nicole to win this season. If she doesn't win this season, then I want her to win AFP. But I really don't want Jackson to win, to be honest, because he feels so entitled. And somebody on Twitter was right. They said that Nicole is the only person in the final 5 who does not feel entitled. And they are right about that. She's a good person. She's working hard. She's trying. She's a super fan. And most of all, when she makes a decision, she doesn't make this decision to hurt people. She just makes it game-wise. The biggest problem in season 21 were these people making decisions to hurt people rather than focusing on the game. So BB21 will go down as the season that was personal, misogynistic, racist, watermelons, crabs, rashes, disgustingness, Holly not washing her hair, Annalise not washing her hair, Jackson not washing his hair, Jack not washing his hair, people not showering. Yeah, season 21 took season 15's cake and their crown. Yeah, I don't know why I'm itching. I think it's a mosquito in here. Anyway, you guys, love you all. I will see you tomorrow. I will be live on TVCO at 8:45 Eastern. It is what it is, and I will have that review up early unless Big Brother decides to extend the HOH competition. Then I'll watch it, and then I will do my review. But I love you all. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.